Hey YouTube, what's going on? She's Boy628 here giving you Battle 2 of the season. It's week 2 of NPL Season 7. Me, Cheese Boy628 of the Phoenix Sunkern versus Jolt of the Toronto Staraptors. So Jolt had a 2-0 victory, I believe, his first week, and I had a 2-0 loss. So, not the greatest start for us. So we're hoping to get back into it. Honestly, these first 5 weeks, though, of the season are very tough. I'm super scared, especially, unfortunately, after losing to, of all people, Rizzy Pow. But, it's alright, we'll try to recover from here. But, let's talk about what we're doing here. So, we're just about to battle now. It's on good old Friday of week 2. Jolt is essentially the grandfather of NPL. He really rose this league up to where it is to this day. He's super smart, great battler, and just great strategy all around for, just raising NPL up and just for his mons. He always has well-prepared teams, and he plays fairly safely because usually he plans well enough ahead that he doesn't really need to make risks. So we'll see if we can really challenge him here. That's the hope. My team's a little bit uncanny. Definitely different than what I would normally do, where I usually use like Smogan TM strats, lol. So I'm having a max HP, max speed Raikou here. It has base 115 speed, so if he does have an offensive Houndoom like to max speed Timid, I will speed tie it. And the hope is that I can T-Wave some things. In particular, I'm hoping to T-Wave Jirachi, because that thing is one of the most annoying mons ever, and Jolt basically always gets it. Next on our list is Heatran. It's got Rocks and it's got Shukaberry. It's a bit of a risk because not all of his mons are going to use ground moves against me versus like fighting. So that could be a little bit scary, but at the very least I do have the Shukaberry because he has a fair amount of mons that would use Earthquake, like Goodra, or like HP Ground from Jirachi, Earthquake from Terrakion even, and like HP Ground from Superior. The point is there's a lot of mons that would use like surprising ground moves, and I have the Shukaberry in case that's necessary to attack with. Only thing is I don't have Earth Power on this. Flash Cannons for Aromatisse in particular. Also just getting good damage on things. Yeah, that's about it. I was thinking about Earth Power, but overall I don't think it's going to be super helpful when I have Flash Cannon, because it's like Mega Houndoom is essentially the biggest mon that's important for that, but HP Grass and Flash Cannon do a good amount of stuff. So I do have Magma Storm here because the idea is hopefully I can trap him on in that he's not expecting to lose to Heatran, or like I'm doing Shuka and like taking in HP Ground and he'll be like, what? And then he'll try to switch out, but he can't because Magma Storm. So that's the hope there. Just max speed, max special attack, nothing like special stats here really. LOL, it's not meant to be a pun. So this Sylveon went through quite a bit of work. I was at first just thinking fully like specs or something, but then I decided to make it light clay. Yeah, I thought it was going to be pretty good for offensive utility, but then I thought, it doesn't have a great matchup against a ton of things. So Hyper Voice always hits hard, and that's great, and then it's defensive enough to like Wish Pass and get screens up, hopefully. Screens could be really nice, I think, if I want to set up with my last two mons, so I'll talk about in a second. So this Amoonguss used to be Mandibu's, and that's because I was really scared of my ground weakness, but I got Shuka, and then also like Amoonguss takes it neutrally, and being physically defensive, it's going to take an Earthquake or ground if necessary, hopefully. But yeah, it's fully defensive and it's got Rocky Helmet because especially if his Jirachi does turn out to be physical, I'm expecting it to be special honestly because of HP Ground. But I would like to wither things down against the Rocky Helmet. I think that could be nice. So this Manaphy's a little bit peculiar. I have Tail Glow. I was thinking about doing like a Z Rain Dance set again, but I'm like, first off, it's a little too cliche at this point. Second, we could just go for a nice Hydro Vortex and he won't expect it. So you might think, why aren't you using Modest here? I want to have a little bit of bulk to handle a lot of this team. I want to be able to handle that Terrakion if necessary, and then be able to wallop it with a Hydro Vortex. Don't know about the Jirachi yet, so we'll figure that out. But the point is he has a lot of physical mons. I'm not going to keep my Manaphy in on a Rotom Wash, so that's not even a worry there for the special side. Same thing for Superior. But yeah, I do want to take a couple of physical hits if necessary. Zangoose could be a little bit scary too, especially with Facade and Toxic Boost. And then finally we got Tyranitar. I really think this thing could clean up if necessary. It has just enough speed on it to outspeed base 115s at +1, which is his Mega Houndoom. Not that it would necessarily have HP fighting, but I mean, you know, potentially. And with screens especially, this thing could do a late game sweep if I do get the right opportunity. But Jolt's a smart man. We're going to see. But we're just going to get into it. That's the battle I was checking on. That was Jolt's last battle. I think it was against Trev, where he won. But yeah, we're just going to get into it. I think all the stats are A-okay here. I don't know why this man wants to battle me. But yeah, we're going to accept and we're just going to get into it. GLHF, my man. Soon there will be ace. Yeah, so a lot of ons that I was expecting here. So honestly, it's not too bad. My absolute first instinct, just saw a notification in NPL, so chances are he linked us. My absolute instinct to start out with is Raikou. I really want to T-Wave something like turn 1. Whew, I wonder what he feels about this matchup. I have no idea. Now, I'm going to tell you, Terrakion's absolutely my biggest fear against this team. This is why I brought Amoonguss over Mandibu's, especially, because I needed something to take physical hits, and I just really couldn't find something otherwise. But yeah, we're going to start with Raikou, I think. The only thing that has a good matchup against it is his Rotom, and that's like kind of... I mean, Goodra can do stuff too, but if I can T-Wave something, that would be really nice. Whew! Yeah, Amoonguss is able to take a lot of hits too. This heart is definitely pounding right now. No idea how this is going to go. I'll tell you, not having Modest on Manaphy sucks sometimes because it just doesn't do enough damage sometimes, but like the idea is having bulk, you know, versus the rest. Last time he had Zangoose, he used Scarf, so that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm going to start with Raikou. That was my instinct from the beginning. I'm going to go with it before my head just goes all over the place. But yeah, we've got quite the crowd here. Yeah, if I can get a T-Wave on that Jirachi, that'd be ever so nice. It doesn't look like he has anything that could possibly heal on his team. But yeah, so he starts with this little thing. So I have a couple options here. I mean, I could just HP Grass to get a little bit of damage, but I don't know if it's necessarily worth it to, you know, reveal my secrets turn 1. Let's see here. Rotom Wash. If it's defensive versus a Raikou, just say it's a blank set because I don't really have any special attack investment. Hidden Power Grass is going to do 30 to 36 if he's max HP. So that's good to know. It's nice to get that damage, but you know, it's not going to be essential. It definitely would be good to get a Volt off right now. I don't know what he'd want to go into after this. I feel like it's kind of important to keep this thing at high health though. Granted, with the best thing he can really do against me is a Hydro, and I don't know if he'd want to really do that turn 1. The point is he's really not going to do a lot of damage to me, and I think it'd be good just to like... The problem is he has Sap Sipper potential on that Goodra too, and if he goes into it, that could be annoying. I wouldn't doubt it if that's what happened. I mean, Volt Switch is ultimately like the safest play for sure. But I'm just worried, you know? But I'm going to Volt. I'm going to Volt. So I do 27. That's a fair amount of damage for sure. So chances are he's just going to Volt here, and I'm going to go to Amoonguss. I don't know what he's going to plan on doing, but I think that's my best play. Problem is, that Goodra does whatever it cares to. against my Amoonguss, I wouldn't doubt. I mean, I'm physically defensive. He's going to go to Crobat. So, unless he's banded, I can't see this like doing a ridiculous amount of damage. I mean, he could. He also could be special, as he's suggesting with his name. But I don't know, I guess. He could very well Nasty Plot here, and that could suck. And then Nasty Plot HP Ground could be really scary. But we don't know. His name's Heatwave. You know, it's like, it's pretty goofy. I don't know what he's gonna be. Because here's the problem, if I go into Heatran, like, I don't have anything that can OHKO it. I mean, maybe I can with my Magma Storm. Because we're talking about a modest Magma Storm here. Heatran, OU Trapper, Magma Storm. If I'm modest, does a lot, but there's no way it'll kill. But yeah, I don't doubt that he could Nasty Plot here. Maybe he's gonna sub. I don't know. He's also not really in a great position for him to start with that. Does it get poison? It gets cross poison. I don't think it gets any poison, good poison stab otherwise. But we still don't know if he's physical or not. Otherwise, I would like go to T-Tar in a heartbeat, I think. So I'd say let's go into Heatran here. We'll see what he does. So yeah, he decides to U-turn. We'll see what he decides to do. If he brings in the Tarak, that's where things immediately get scary. Because he can essentially press EQ or close combat. Terrakion is his mon he allowed for using a Z move. So that is definitely a thing to worry about. But no idea right now what is going to happen. I just don't know. He could go into Zangoose as well. That thing gets CC. His Rotom has a slight bit of damage. My Heatran has a slight bit of damage. Amoonguss is recovered from Regenerator. But yeah, I guess this doesn't guarantee that he's... So he could Swords Dance here. And that's super worrisome. He could Swords Dance or he could CC, you know? And that's what's scary. And that's where we bring the first... So you bring really the first 50-50 in this game. Like at max HP, Facade does so much damage to the point that close combat plus Facade probably kills. And that's scary. So I don't think he has a reason not to close combat here, to be honest. You Trapper. Close combat definitely kills if if I get a really lucky roll, there's a chance I could live too. But that's neither here nor there. It really is inside. I am definitely going to have trouble handling this thing. I'll tell you though, Amoonguss is kind of the purpose of this little mon here. I don't see a reason not to go into it and then kind of like play around against that Zangoose with my Raikou. I think it might be my best play to do such. We'll see what he does. He decides to CC after all. Yeah, so he takes a fair bit of damage there from everything. Chances are he's Jolly, judging by that damage. But yeah, I am max defensive. Like, I am not messing around with this thing. Yeah, well, close combat, unless he got a really low roll. Which 20 and then plus 72, there's no way he can kill from... Well, he could. He got a good roll. Otherwise, that was an average roll for him. Huh. It's nice to get that little bit of damage for sure. I don't know what he wants to do here. I mean, I can't go into anything. Synthesis isn't the greatest play because I won't get up to enough health to really safely do anything. I could just press clear smog. I mean, it's not a great play. But I'm also not in a great position. I'll tell you, the one thing that screwed me over last time was playing too safe. And I don't want that to happen this time. But what's he going to go into here? If he goes Necrobat, cool. If he goes to Jirachi, I don't really care too much. I think that would be fine if he does that. But, yeah, I'm just going to have to be safe here. Press clear smog. We'll see what he does. Okay, so interesting. No recovery here. He has U-turn. Does that mean he's fully physical? Does not guarantee anything. Crobat. Like a brave bird, if he's banded, he kills. If I go to Raikou, that's an interesting play. That doesn't do a lot at all, and I could easily go into it. So we'll do that, I think. We'll see how he feels going into this play. He does decide to Brave Bird. Yeah, that basically does nothing. So I'm kind of free to T-Wave here, but I think it would be in my best interest to Volt Switch. Like, I could T-Wave, but him going into Rotom could suck, and I don't want that. I really don't. That's nice to get that little bit of damage. And this free Volt Switch allows me to, you know, go into whatever. Okay, so he's not even choiced. He's not even choiced. And he has Brave Bird, he's not special. Let's just put it that way. He's not special, he's not banded. There's no problems here. Okay. Here is interesting. I'm not very comfortable with just assuming what this Goodra is going to do. Goodra has an amazing amount of moves at its arsenal, and I just can't risk not knowing. Because it can get Fire Blast, or I'm pretty sure it gets Earthquake. It does get Focus Blast. That's important to know. It does get Superpower. So it's base 80 speed, but I mean we don't know what its set is yet. We know Crobat is a non-choiced physical attacker. Zangoose is the expected. Zangoose is the expected just physical monster it is. Rotom's probably just normal defensive. We don't know about Goodra yet. As, like, it would be cool to bring in Heatran, because, I mean, what I can do is still, like, get up rocks and then put pressure on his Crobat. However, if he has Earthquake, like, it's just not gonna be super helpful for me. But chances are if he has Fire... but he has Sap Sipper, and like Amoonguss just can't do anything to him. I keep thinking about Amoonguss, but it's just not going to happen. Problem is, I feel like I lose out against with Tyranitar against him. But at the same time, I don't see a lot of mons that otherwise do good against his team. Like, I feel like that might be Tyranitar's purpose. Sylveon could function that way too. Sylveon has a chance in this battle for sure to shine. Definitely a good chance to get rocks up, but like, I feel like it might be better to keep Heatran for Jirachi. I think I'm gonna go into T-Tar. I'm definitely worried about what this Goodra has in store. Like, if he's Scarf even, that could suck. I'm gonna go to T-Tar. What a weird play. It's... We'll see if he has leftovers. He doesn't. So here's the thing. If he's Scarf... He brought a Scarf Swampert last time. I wouldn't put it past him to have a Scarf Goodra. He might be like screaming in his boots right now, like, yes, I got him. I can't let that happen. I want to make sure I know what Sap Sipper does. Does it raise the attack or special attack? Okay, it's attack. I am like, oh man, this is so funny. I think Amoonguss is the play. Gotta admit, that's kind of a fast decision on my part, but if he's to counter something, what would he go into? Like T-Tar? Or I mean, Terrakion? Probably. That'd probably be his go-to. Couldn't imagine him going to really anything else. That'd be like his best play. But if he's Scarf Goodra, like I have to check for this. I have to assess what's going on here because it's a crazy turn of events for sure for what can happen here. I can never let up on this. I have to be careful. So he has Dragon Tail. That was nice to get that Rocky Helmet damage. This is nice. He's slowly withering away here. That means he's defensive. Does that mean he has if he has Rest, that sucks. However, that's really good actually. This would give me great opportunity to attack his T-Tar in the future. I would be a big fan of that. I think I'm going to Volt back into Amoonguss. Definitely going to Volt here. Don't know the rest of his moves yet. But it's nice to get that little bit of damage there for sure. I just don't know what the rest of his moves are. He could be Rocky Helmet for crying out loud. So get off a little bit of damage here. Still don't know the rest of this Goodra's moves. I don't think it gets like Calm Mind or anything super scary. What is this 5 about? But yeah, I have a way better idea for what Goodra does. And so this is... If I can get my T-Tar in safely again, I'm in a great position. So we're going to go back to this thing. He decides to Earthquake. Okay, so he does have Earthquake. And that is important to know. What to do here? I could just Clear Smog. Like, he could be Detail, Earthquake, Rest, Sleep Talk. I can see that being a thing. Yeah. Huh. It's not really a predicament. I don't like it. I can't see him wanting to Detail here. Because that just gives him more Rocky Helmet damage. I'm tempted to go into Manaphy. However, just taking extra damage is annoying. But like, what is he gonna go into here? You know, he Could go to Jirachi or Crobat, really. I think those are his best plays for that. Is there anything that handles both of those? Not really. Heatran does. But I can't just go to Heatran on a potential Earthquake. It's kind of a... It's not like a super bold move, but I want to go to Manaphy. It'll give me some offensive presence for sure. Huh. Let's do it. So he didn't switch out. Now this is inside. So here's the thing. He's not like... He's certainly not in a great position here. I could Ice Beam, do a ton of damage to this thing. Obviously he's not choice specs, but I'm just, you know. Manaphy, OUZ Manaphy, Timid, let's just say for now. Ice Beam does a lot. Now if I use Z-Move Surf on his Jirachi, what does that do for me? It does a fair bit. It does. I'm so tempted. At the end, it's not the end of the world if I don't end up getting a Hydro Vortex on Jirachi by any means. Like I have other things to try handling it. I'm really tempted to just try to blow it back with a Hydro Vortex. I'm gonna do it. Okay, not the greatest, but like still got off a fair bit of damage. I wonder why he decided to do that, because like Tail Glow could have easily been a thing and then I could have obliterated him. So let's think about this damage. This is very important because I need to see how much investment he has. Hydro Vortex should do 36 to 43 if he's max HP. That did 41. To do 41 at the most, he could have no HP investment, it looks like. Or, what am I doing? He would have to have at least 108 HP. Maybe a little bit less. Okay, this isn't particularly helpful. I'm thinking about the math inversely here. My apologies. So he has to have at least 160 or 156 investment to do this. I don't have any speed investment. He could very well just go back in his Goodra here, like as I Energy Ball. I could just simply Energy Ball here. If he goes into Crobat here, I don't care. Like, I just want to kill this off right now. That'd be nice. Should we go for it? So he goes into Jirachi now. We can see if it has leftovers. That did 11. Okay. Like, as soon as I saw that damage to him, like, there's no way that's a... There's no way that's a defensive Rachi. So Energy Ball versus Jirachi. I have to do all these calcs, guys, just to keep that in mind. Chances are he doesn't have any SPDF then. If he's max HP, then that damage makes sense. I did 11. I mean, let's say, like, what if he had 0 investment? That's still a range that makes sense. Huh. I wonder what he's gonna do here. I think I'm gonna go to Raikou, because one of Raikou's purposes is to handle Jirachi. And him going for like a, you know, HP ground right now is super unlikely. I want to go into it. We'll see what he does. He decides to get up rocks. Okay, that's fine. That's interesting. I didn't expect that. Definitely didn't expect that. That pressure sucks. I think I want a T-Wave here. He probably thinks there's not much I can do to him, and he's kind of right. But I mean, would he really sack his Rotom here? He doesn't know I have Shadow Ball. So, I mean, I don't see a huge problem with just going for Shadow Ball here. It just gets off damage. And I want to get off damage. Okay, that's not bad. Ooh, what's he gonna do here? Is he gonna go into it? I don't think so. I'm gonna T-Wave. We'll see. We'll see what he does. Because that Rotom can get back to full, yeah. But I don't think I really care about that. You could also go to Goodra here. Again, don't really know what his Goodra can do yet. I mean, it just seems like a wall. Okay. That's alright. So he's back to full. That's quite alright. I'll tell you, it's not a bad situation. That Dragon Tail did like 17%, I think, to my Amoonguss. Dragon Tail versus Amoonguss. 252 bold. Dragon Tail does 13 to 16. What happened to it last time? It did 13.5. Never mind, I got some stuff mixed up. So that very well could just be a defensive mon. Let's assume it is. Tyranitar. Mega. Blank set. 88 HP. Earthquake. It does 28 to 33. Not a lot by any means. One thing's for sure, we can Volt Switch here. Now you'd think that what he'd want to do here is go for Earthquake? There's not much he can do to my team, which is why I find this puzzling. Like, yes, he's an obnoxious wall, but like, he can't really do anything to me. I just feel like I need to come in for free against this thing to really do this properly. There's still 2 moves I don't know that are on this thing. I mean, he could have Power Whip. That did 4%. Wow, this game is a little while here. Sorry, guys. Volt Switch. Should do 9 to 11. Okay, Volt Switch should do 7 to 9 if he's max HP. I don't remember seeing any, like, leftovers, so he's got to be AV. He's Assault Vest. Okay. That's good to know. Super good to know. With that in mind, like, he can't really hurt Amoonguss too badly right now. Like, sure, I can't do too much back either, but, like, that's fine. Chances are he's offensive. We're gonna go to Amoonguss, see what he does. So yeah, he decides to Earthquake, he gets a crit, not the worst thing in the world. We could just clear Smog here. I'll tell you, one of the things that's kind of scary about this is ever trying to Spore when this thing is physical and has Sap Sipper. Honestly, something I could do for free is just Synthesis here. Let's do that. We'll see what he does. That's fine. Let's clear Smog, get little damage little by little here. Why do they keep saying 5? What is their deal? I wonder what he's trying to do here. I'll tell you one thing I can do is go into Sylveon here. Because I'll get Regenerator basically back to full health. I can go to Sylveon and I can set up a Reflect. This is spooky, man. The Reflect really isn't essential though. I mean, I could eventually come back in with T-Tar and that'd be cool, but like, how's that gonna happen? Oh, it's so elaborate. I really would like to keep Heatran around. This Shukaberry could be nice against that Jirachi if he ends up being a little spooky. But maybe he's just... I mean, those hazards would just be nice. I don't... Heatran can do a lot still. That's why I don't want to just sack it off to an Earthquake. I'm gonna go to Sylveon, I guess. Okay. So I think my best move is to set up a Reflect. I think that's the best move. Because he's not going to get past me with special moves. So we're just going to press Reflect. We got off a small bit of damage here. Those rocks damage could be super nice too. If it ends up working out in that way. Who knows though? Just stay calm. This is a big battle. Like, especially for me. I do not want to be super in the hole after just 2 weeks. Can't let that happen. As of now, there hasn't been like any crazy hacks. Like, he got paralyzed at one point. But that's it. So what I can do here, there's a couple things that can happen. But I think I'd like to wish and then light screen, if he stays in. Otherwise I can just wish here and we'll see what happens. He goes directly into Crobat though. It's a pretty good mon choice for sure. Now he knows I'm screens. Crobat. I have a Reflect Up. There's like no chance in the world he's gonna be. He has Infiltrator. That's what he's doing here. I'm not that dumb. Not that dumb, Joel. Not as dumb as that time you beat me with Wobbuffet and Metacham had Baton Pass. I'm not that dumb. However, I'm gonna have to see if I can even live this. If he has Skyplate, that could be even scarier. I just gotta come up with as many potential situations as I can, you know? 156 and let's say Bold. Brave Bird does 40 to 47. So he's gonna kill. I can't risk that. That's without, or no, that is with full investment, but does he have taunt on this thing? He could. My situation right now is whether I got a Raikou, Tyranitar, or Heatran. I want Heatran because I want rocks. I want T-Tar because I want a chance to set up. I want Raikou because that'll give me guaranteed momentum. I guess technically not guaranteed, but it's like super likely. I mean, he's bound to Brave Bird here. And he could have Taunt and that could suck. Or he could just go into Goodra and then, you know, I'm in between a rock and a hard place. But really, if I go into Heatran and then I Flash Cannon, he still outspeeds me with freaking Rotom Wash though, and I can't finish with an HP Grass. This is so dumb. I'm nervous AF. I think I should go to Raikou though. It's the safest. He totally has Infiltrator, and he may have been thinking about this, and it's just nothing I can do about that. Like, on the other hand, I could just go to Manaphy. No, I'm going to Raikou. Let's see what he does. He decides to defog. Okay. That's fine. I'm surprised he did that. Does that mean he has inner focus and he didn't think about that? I don't know. He has a paralyzed Assault Vest Goodra. I'm going to Volt Switch here. I'm totally fine with that exchange. I'm surprised. I did not expect that in the slightest. Like, I did not think that was going to be his move of choice. See what he does here. This could be a very golden moment for me. Because now there's no hazards. Jirachi's the one that got our Brox, right? Yeah. If he goes into paralyzed Goodra here, I have an opportunity on my hands. Yeah. is this where it happens? Is this where I do it? If I want Sylveon to live, I'm gonna have to put on light screen now and do wish recovery. Or I go for gold. I think I go for gold. So he can Earthquake, and that'll do like 33 to me. Maybe more, actually, come to think of it. If he is... No, he's not Choice Band. We know that. But against Mega Tyranitar. Gosh, this is spooky, guys. I'm sorry. I have to be careful. Adamant does 39 to 46. The only thing that could outspeed at that point would be Crobat. Or he could just Detail, and then that would just suck, you know? I want a sub. I doubt he expects sub. Also, with his Crobat, if it has Infiltrator, it's not affected by sub. If I can get 2 DDs up somehow, I definitely win. But, you know, now that I know for sure he has Dragon Tail, that's also a thing. Oi. I don't know. This thing has the potential to win. I could have played 24 games by now. Man, this is so spooky. So spooky. The only thing, again, yeah, that Crobat will outspeed me after +1. But we don't know what this Googe is going to do. If it's fully, you know, if it's max attack Adamant, it'll do a significant amount, but like if he Dragon Tails, it's even worse. Subbing is easily the safest play. So if he has like a Scarf Terrakion too, that could suck. Okay. Wait a second. Is that game? I can just set up 2 DDs. And that's it. Unless he like Willows me, but I don't think this is it. I mean, not guaranteed by any means. I definitely outspeed your average Rotom though. 223 versus I have 242. The only thing that could outspeed me after that is a Crobat. Unless you have Scarf Terrak. Right, so he hits the Hydra. I can't get greedy though. I could just... He has Willow and Volt. He could easily have Willow. This kills off everything except Crobat right now. And by that I mean it's because he outspeeds. I think I should just be safe. Just crunch. See what he decides to do here. Now I wonder why he did that. Are you telling me he's Scarf Tarak? Now that he knows my ploy, there's like... It's the one thing I don't know the set here. Look, to be fair, Tyranitar's still good in this game. I don't even know what the rest of that. He very well could just be trying to scare me off right now. And the last thing I would want to do is to shift the momentum just because he bluffed something. At least this way we would know he's Scarf. Okay. That's all right. The slow T-Tar, yeah. Why wouldn't, LOL. I'll tell you though, my biggest problem is trying to handle that Goodra. If I was +2, I won. But like if he willowed me, huh. I honestly think I'm free to just surf here. Because now that we know his Tarak is Scarf. There's no way he's gonna kill me. Even if I didn't have full HP investment. Yeah, he doesn't really, like, he doesn't have a safe switch other than Goodra. It sucks though, because that was like the big thing that handles that Goodra. I could have went into Amoonguss, but like if he set up, like that would suck. On the Switch, I could just go to, like, I could Tail Glow and just, like, Ice Beam. Like, Amoonguss wins against Terrakion. We know that much. Raikou should win against most things left. It's this Goodra that's a problem. Do I make the play? honestly don't know if it'll be worth it. Would he sack it? I don't know if he would. He doesn't know if I have Tail Glow. I might just choke it away right here, right now, if that's the case. You know? He definitely has things faster than me, so I can't imagine him thinking, yeah, let's just sack my Terrakion. Super scared. There's just so many 50-50s in this good old game. I don't know. It's an easy switch into Goodra. Granted, that's the one thing that, like, can eat up special hits still. I mean, he has Jirachi too. I just can't imagine him wanting to close combat here. That's where they get ya. But if I am impish, like I believe I am, close combat's gonna do 44 to 51. Like, I'll still have a good amount of health. Gosh. Guaranteed live with that whatever, and that Surf could easily kill him. What's he thinking right now? Okay. So Manaphy's at +3. Crobat. Definitely can't kill. And should die to this Surf, like, under any circumstance. Even if he's max HP. If he goes into Goodra, how does Ice Beam fare? 252 and Assault Vest, Ice Beam, 44 to 53. Cannot imagine for the life of him that he would risk that. He could U-turn or Brave Bird here. Data Toxic Boost, I think, is the name of it. When it's poison, it has 1.5. So no speed boost. If he had Yachi, that would have been kind of funny. So it goes back into this. Assessing the situation here. I don't have a lot that can crack through this Goodra. Slowly but surely I can with Amoonguss. Amoonguss is having to pull a lot of weight here. Raiku's necessary for Jirachi and Zangoose essentially. So this is my core here. I have other things, but like the point is I can't, this Terrakion can't do anything to me. Sylveon's nice though as help for taking on that Goodra, but like Amoonguss is the play here. It's nice to get a little damage, not that it really matters. And we know he's Scarf. I don't see a reason not to clear Smog. He could go Rachi, but he doesn't have sub. Like, he has Wish and just... There's no way, right? If he does go into Jirachi at any point here, I will go into Heatran. Okay, that's fine. Like, he could have went to Goodra there and, you know, that would have been annoying. So it wasn't worth the risk. If I can get Heatran in for free, we are looking good. Still doesn't really know my Heatran set. He might think I go to Raikou here, and so if he tries to risk into Zangoose, like, it's not gonna be great. Wow, this recording's over an hour. As you can tell, we take our battles seriously. I have to take this seriously. Like, this is essential for my, the rest of the season. Like, this is super important. I can't believe I was this attentive over the game for an hour straight, though. Had to make a couple small risks. One super important was that Tyranitar thing. Could have went into a... Okay, so this is interesting. Could just Magma Storm here, and I'm planning on doing such. Probably finds rocks on my side more essential. If he has HP ground, I need to please just hope that this hits. But that hits. That 12% is nice. Obviously it doesn't do a lot of damage, but in conjunction with the flash cannon, that could be nice. It does base. So this is doing 120 while that's doing 50, so this should do over double. I don't know if the rocks damage is that helpful. Probably gonna EQ here. I mean, this is the one time that like my Sugar Berry is actually gonna help anyway, so. Kind of sucks that that didn't really do anything for me. Kind of want to get up rocks. 37, so he's like definitely gonna kill here. He'll be down to 13 if I go for flash cannon, or he could just be down to 15 when I get rocks up. Damage is damage. So I think here I'm gonna... I don't know. I don't think rocks are gonna be that helpful. Like, it's not gonna be essential, I don't think. Huh. Because resist, and then takes a little damage, but that doesn't super matter. Damage is damage. Yeah, so he didn't get paired there. So it doesn't particularly matter. I'll tell you what does matter though is this mana fee. I think the best place to go into mana fee, press Ice Beam. Because if this dies, we're not too bad. Just thinking about it in my head right now, as long as we can take out this thing and maybe the worry about Jirachi too, we should be alright. Like, after doing the proper switches and that kind of thing with the mons we have left, it should be able to be done. Oh, that got a crit. I don't know how important that was. He stayed in though. Like, honestly, I don't particularly care about that thing dying. Okay, so he has 2 offensive monsters left, and then Jirachi. So he goes into Terrakion. I can't help but feel I'm getting baited here. For real, for real? I mean, you could go to Jirachi, but like that doesn't matter. Like if I go to Amoonguss right now, I'll eat whatever he wants, and then I can Spore. If I want to. I might as well utilize it's at full health, so it makes sense, yeah? Okay, so he decides to Stone Edge. A strong move indeed. Really, I could also like safely Synthesis up. So I'll do that. I think that's my best move. Yeah, so he goes to Jirachi. That's alright. I guess I'll Spore. Having those syntheses is actually really nice, I must say. If I can wish up to Manaphy, that'd be really cool. Can't imagine this happening now. I'll tell you, it's gonna be close, whatever the case. Shadow Balls are doing a nice bit of damage, though, for sure. I'm debating going in a Raikou immediately and just being able to threaten T-Wave. But like, if he just Wish passes Zangoose, chances are he's gonna live, right? I guess I can't say for sure. Raikou. Blank set, but with Volt Switch, does 44 to 53. So even after Rocks, it won't kill. That's honestly the hardest hitting thing left that I'm scared of. Excuse me. I think it's alright to lose Heatran. I think that was alright. Still don't really know what he has. If he's some kind of like setup mod, that would suck. Just want to keep that in mind. I'm gonna go to Raikou. It's a weird play, but like I'll only lose 6% after leftovers. So here's where he's at a bit of a situation, because he's probably like, okay, well, do I go to Zangoose or do I recover myself? Because if I T-Wave, he just gets into Zangoose and I can't finish him off, although he doesn't know that. For the most part, T-Wave is a good move, but if he goes into Zangoose, I should just Volt out. Quick Attack does 39 to 46 if I don't have any HP investment, but with my investment is 32 to 38. That's probably what he's banking on at this point, because if he gets to +2 with Quick Attack, that's going to kill me from this range, and that's what's important. As long as I'm above Quick Attack range, I'm alright. If he just recovers himself though right now, that's kind of... I'm T-Waving. He does go into it. Boy. I think that's alright. Because what's he going to do here? He's going to SD after Volt Switch plus Toxic. I know what I'm going to do. So he gets 1 round of poison damage here. Next he's going to take 12% plus about at least 45, so he's going to lose 57%. He's going to get around 30. Does he get Pursuit? Not that like that's something he's going to do, but still. Like, it was a good play, I admit it. For sure. But what I'm going to do first, no matter what, is go to Amoonguss. Like, it was a good move. I don't doubt it. But, like, if he stayed in with Jirachi and had it back to full, that could suck just as much. And all this does is give me a little more leftovers too. This is essentially Raiku's purpose. Other than handling Jirachi, if I can parallelize that Jirachi, that'd be really nice. Also, if I could wish past a Sylveon at all, that would be cool, but who knows if that's going to happen. I mean, honestly, I like this because Jirachi's low and Jirachi is bulky. So having a Jirachi that takes a fair amount of damage this game and is low is nice. I mean, I'm glad he predicted the move, but like, it's not the worst thing. So he goes, I go for the Volt, and I go directly into Amoonguss. If he SDs, he SDs, but like, that doesn't really matter to me. So yeah, that's fine. So what I need to do here is say, is Manaphy more important or is Sylveon more important? Did he already reveal Quick Attack? I don't think so. But that's totally a thing he's going to do, and I'm going to bait him. Sylveon I would find important for wishing, but Manaphy has a better chance of like handling his Jirachi. So I think it's alright to sack Sylveon. Because Sylveon's purpose would be to like make Manaphy recover, but that's not going to happen. So we're going into Sylveon. So it goes for Facade, cool. Does 18%. I'll tell you, it's a super risky move if I go through with this Raikou thing, because if he just Facades, he wins, and I feel like he'd make that play. I can't risk that. I can't risk that. That's too much for my heart to handle. So I think I'm just gonna go into Manaphy and sack it. I just can't risk that. For the sake of Manaphy, no. I can't. I can't do that. Zangoose is a scary mon. I definitely didn't think it was going to be that scary, but Jolt has certainly utilized it correctly. I mean, it's like a banded 115 mon. Like, Terrakions like 120, I think. So, yeah, it's a spooky mon. Okay. He decides to go for the quick attack. Yeah, he's worried about me speed creeping. Okay. Think the best play here is to start with Raikou. If he's doing doubles, like, okay, but I don't know. Makes you wonder, because if he brings in Jirachi first, probably best to have Raikou out, but Amoonguss doesn't do terribly against it either. Having that T-Wave on it would be really nice, because just the chance of hacks would be nice. Amoonguss is essential to 1v1 Terrakion. I don't know how Jirachi really handles against it. If he withers me away enough with these rocks, Raikou could be in a bit of trouble though, and that's a little bit worrisome. So what do I go into? I really think he's going to start with Rachi, but you know what? Who knows? If he goes to Tarak, I just have to immediately switch to Amoonguss. Okay, so he wins the 50-50 here. If I did have Amoonguss out, yeah, so he's going to double. That's understandable. Still don't know if he has like a sub or something. I'm just going to lose 6% at most if I get this play wrong. But like that's all right. Like he's going to have to continually outplay me. So he got two 50-50s right in a row essentially. But if Raikou gets a T-Wave on him, I'm in a good position. Don't know what he's going to try to do here. I mean, that's the premise behind Raikou right now. I needed these two to handle the rest of his team, and so this is where we're at. Does he have U-turn with Rachi? I don't know. But I mean, it's not necessarily his best interest to go for U-turn either way. Who knows? I'm just thinking a lot about this. It's a crazy game. Crazy game. He had to make some plays. I made some plays. Yeah, I just wasn't about to risk that Amoonguss thing with baiting the Amoonguss. I mean, he could have... maybe he could have thought that I didn't think about it, but like if I lost Amoonguss, it literally would have been over. I guess maybe not literally, because depending on how hard Terrakion hit my Raikou, close combat does 64 to 76. So at this point, definitely in range, but yeah. Spooky, spooky. Don't know what he's gonna do here. I don't know. I just have to make sure he doesn't get a chance here. It's taking a while. He's probably thinking of something that could get him the win, but who knows? Chances are he doesn't have Healing Wish. We'll see what he does here. I went first, so therefore I got that correct. So I'm just gonna press T-Wave here. We get the paralysis. Good. Sucks that he got paralyzed here, for sure, because this just gives me a lot of recovery. Should I just Shadow Ball here? I mean, I really could Volt Switch, but I'm just gonna Shadow Ball. Get off some nice damage. That sucks. Close combat definitely doesn't kill, but if like, I can't risk crits, man. I can't. I need to hope I could potentially get some Spadef drops or the combination with T-Wave as well for some T-Wave hacks. Because neither of them have lefty's recovery. So overall I'm losing out, but on the recovery a little bit, but at the same time I have Regenerator on Amoonguss, and Raikou gets leftovers. Gosh, that sucks. Wasn't. But that last part is totally lame. Sorry, man. GG. Yeah, I mean... Jeez, is it gonna bring T-Wave Raikou Jolt? Oh gosh. Wow, this was a really long video. I really had to be attentive for an hour and a half straight. But we got it. Shout out to T-Wave Hacks. Unless he has Protect. Who knows if he does. If he has Protect, then like cool, but we don't know if that's the case. So I'm gonna go into Amoongus first because in case he crits me and I'm like in an uncomfortable position, then I can get out, get some regenerator. 37. I'm honestly worried. I'm honestly worried about this. Because if he crits, I mean, I don't guarantee lose, but I very well could lose. 37 times 1.5. I have to be safe here. Like that does 56. If he gets a crit, and I can't let that happen. Something else I have to try to make sure of is with the Amoongus not having special attack. Do I definitely kill Jirachi from where it's at? Looks like it. Just getting it. OMG. So if he gets it here, that's fine. Like if he hits me still. But guess we'll see. So I'm gonna do here is press Spore, because even if he gets a crit, that'll give me a chance to synthesis up. Because at most he can do 56% to me. I just, really, if he crit me there, I mean, that would have been it. I can't risk that. I can't risk that. And he's guaranteed Scarf. I mean, he outsped my Raikou, so, like, obviously, people earlier, that's a slow target and a target. No. I know my speed tiers. There it is! There it is! Literally why I couldn't risk it. Okay, got first turn Wake, but he missed, and he's also running out of Stone Edges at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he ran out. So all I have to do is enough damage. Which I think Amoongus is able to do. Wow, it's still outsped. That was a little scary. Wow. After 90 minutes. I don't know how it was guaranteed for him at all. But man, no, I mean, that sucks at the hacks, but like, it would have just required 50/50s to get through. But no, before that it was good, but like that hex at the end was definitely unfortunate. Yeah, no, not the greatest ending to it, but definitely gonna hear quite a bit about it in the chat, so we're gonna discuss that. But I mean, undoubtedly, like, he would have had a better chance with that, but depends if he had Protect with Jirachi, depends on Spadef drops. There were other factors that also could have been a thing if I had to make more predictions, but at the end I could have just been safe. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. We're thankfully not 2 down already, so we faced one of my true foes over the past few seasons and worked out this time at least. But thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later. Peace.